The filmmakers who are going to win over the next 5 years aren't the ones with the biggest rigs. They're the ones who understand that business is about delivering results, not footage. Nobody talks about this, but the gap between the $500 project and the $2,000 project isn't the gear. Definitely not. It is the strategy. And if you stick around for what I'm about to say next, this one thing is what separates filmmakers who book every client in their city from the ones who are still waiting to get permission to start. Let me tell you something that most people just don't want to hear. The client doesn't care about how you made it. They care about if it works. The moment you stop selling your process and you start selling the outcome, your prices go up and your overhead goes down, and you stop competing with every other filmmaker who owns that same camera that you do. Like, that's the game. That's the whole game, right? Let's walk through this use case, so we can break it all down for you. I want you to make sure that you watch this so that I can show you later on how I made one of these right at the end. Example may be different, but the strategy is exactly the same always. So let's dive in. Landing a $2,000 commercial shoot feels like a win for a solo filmmaker. You send the invoice, the client pays, and for a moment it looks like a solid payday. But that total is an illusion. Before the check even clears, you have to open a production budget spreadsheet and start subtracting. This ledger tracks traditional production costs. You subtract location fees, lighting and lens rentals, a second shooter, and travel. Once you pay vendors and account for days in the edit bay, your actual take-home pay is just a few $100s. The traditional solo model is broken because the physical overhead of a shoot destroys the profit margin before you've even recorded the first frame. Here's that same $2,000 invoice under a different set of numbers. The entire physical production ledger is gone, replaced by a single monthly subscription to an AI tool called Kling 3.0. It costs $47. The business math is different, but the level of craft required to deliver a professional commercial hasn't changed at all. Success still starts with the client brief. You ask the right questions and identify the specific business outcome the client is paying for. Most of the value is created here in the strategy before you ever open a browser. Once the goal is clear, you move to the storyboard. You map out every angle, every light source, and every transition in your head, just as you would for a live action shoot. You translate those storyboard frames into detailed text prompts. These are your instructions to the machine, defining exactly how each shot should look and move. When you move into the generation phase in Kling, the speed of the software changes your job. You aren't filming anymore. You are exercising rapid judgment, deciding which clips to keep and which to discard. The AI generates raw material quickly and cheaply, but your pre-production direction is the only thing that keeps the final product from looking like generic automated stock footage. Producing the clips is just the beginning. The actual commercial is constructed in the non-linear editing timeline. This is where you assemble the raw AI files into a narrative. You trim the clips to find the best motion and arrange them to follow the rhythm of the story you planned. Since AI video is silent, sound design is where the footage becomes believable. You layer music and specific sound effects to give the silent frames a sense of weight and physical presence. If this breakdown shifted how you think about production workflow, I want you to go ahead and drop a comment below telling me how. Tell me where you are in this client journey. Are you still chasing for your first paid invoice, or are you already working with clients and you're trying to scale? I read every single one of these comments, and if this saved you from, over counting your overhead for the next project, well, look, just go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I totally appreciate that. That's how I know that I need to keep building content like this for you. And then you apply a color grade. You balance the tones and adjust the contrast to unify the different clips and give the entire sequence a specific cinematic mood. The difference is night and day. You start with flat, sterile video files, and through editorial instinct, you turn them into vibrant professional scenes. Your ability to edit, design sound, and grade color is the premium value add. That is what justifies the $2,000 price tag. To see how this works in practice, we can look at the actual receipt for this specific AI-generated project. Left side costs, a fraction of the Kling subscription, stock music, and edit time. Right side, the $2,000 invoice. Without physical overhead, profit scales up. Instead of paying rental houses, the vast majority stays with you. This margin is the result of decoupling a filmmaker's output from the high cost of physical assets. You are finally being paid for your creative vision rather than your physical logistics. Watch the final deliverable. Generative AI removes the financial weight of physical production. Let me show you what it actually looks like in practice. I had a concept, AI robot sitting in a corporate office. He's trying to blend in, not like some sci-fi battle scene. It's just a robot, sitting clean at a desk, staring at a spreadsheet, right? That's the story beat. That's what made this cinematic. It's not about the tech itself. It's about the moment. So I storyboarded it. 3 to 7 shots. The robot is at his desk. The robot glances at a coworker. The coworker does something malicious. The robot realizes that it doesn't fit in. He gets pissed off. I wrote each prompt like I was giving the directions to a director-producer, like framing, the lighting, the mood, the lens choices. Like every single detail, came from me. I'm not exaggerating. Within minutes, like I had clips, I had image to video. It allowed me to match my vision shot for shot, not random AI output. My direction, it was my framing, it was my story, just generated instead of film. Take a look at this, watch for yourself.
In today's workplace, the most dangerous threats don't look dangerous at all.
What is this dude even here for?
And they don't need permission. Except this one wasn't real. This was a simulation.
In the end, y'all, I hope this video got you a lot closer to where you were trying to go. If you need more of a solid foundation, make sure you check out like this video right here. And if you want to take the challenge and you want to push for like your first clients, watch this video right here. Either way, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Stop letting your gear limit your hustle. Keep creating, y'all. Peace.